No, Mayor, you sit right there. You sit in the front row. Good morning, everyone. My name is Kris Kolluri. I'm the President and CEO of New Jersey Transit. I want to welcome Senator Singleton. I want to welcome Mayor Conaway from Burlington City, Chief Tresillo, who's our Chief of Police, Jignasa Desai, who's our CAO, Mike Kilcoyne, who's our Head of Surface Transportation and Bus, and Greg Woods, who is our Head of Light Rail. This is a great day. Leadership matters. Senator Singleton, who I've now known since I think he was 21, has been the most vocal advocate not only for his constituents, but for the entire southern New Jersey region. His singular focus since he's been elected is to make sure that the River Line works for the residents of South Jersey. And he has done a couple of things. He's focused on making sure the train is reliable. He's focused on making sure the train is safe. He's made sure that the trains are modern. Today, we're going to talk about a part of his focus, which is to modernize the train system. Outside, after this event, we're going to show you the newly renovated light rail system that we have celebrating America's 250th anniversary. We've spent $2 million to completely modernize the River Line car that you're going to see outside. We have 13 more cars to go for a total of $30 million. That will be the first time since 2003, when the cars were first introduced, that they will be fully modernized. This is an important effort. It's an important effort not because it looks just beautiful, but the people who ride the cars every single day, 5,000 of our valuable customers, rely on these cars, and they deserve a car that is modern. And that is the commitment that we made to Senator Singleton and his constituents, and that is the promise we're delivering on today. Second, we at New Jersey Transit are going to take over the service sometime in the first quarter of 2026. When that happens, we will then run the service from this point on. Will we have challenges? Of course we will. It is still a system where most of the cars are almost 25 years old. But our commitment to our riders is to make sure we continue building on this progress. The next and the last step in this process is make sure we fully modernize the entire fleet by buying new fleet of cars. And that is going to cost almost $330 million over the next several years. But the first step is to take the service back, then make sure we overhaul the fleet we have in hand, one of which we're going to unveil today, and then get the reliability to where it needs to be, because that is what Senator Singleton and his constituents have asked for, and that is singularly our mission. Look, we can all say that we as an agency are singularly responsible for this progress. That would not be a factual statement. Senator Singleton has held us accountable from the day he has gotten elected to today, but more importantly, he's been a partner. He's been a partner because it is one thing to say that there are problems. It's another thing to say, let's work on a solution together. And that's what he has done with us. I'm so grateful for your leadership. I'm so grateful you're here. And I'm so grateful we've met the first milestone you asked us to meet. Senator Singleton, why don't you come up and say a few words?
So there's an expression that is said, promises made, promises kept. And as we begin today, we are on a journey to keeping one of the most important promises to our shared constituents and neighbors here in New Jersey that rely on transportation, government transportation, to move them forward safely, efficiently, and effectively, and give them the most pleasurable experience. My friend, our CEO, Kris Kolluri, who we joked, we've known each other long before any of us had titles, When his hair was still black and I still had hair, we've known each other a long time. And that relationship is always built on trust and collaboration. And even predating his tenure here at this juncture of leading transit, our office has been uniquely tied and intertwined with NJ's Transit senior leadership. Each and every time that we've reached out and called on behalf of those who we work for in the Southern New Jersey 7th Legislative District, Transit has been there as a partner, a collaborative partner to drive and find solutions. That's why it's such a momentous day, and that is not a word with any hyperbole. It is a momentous day because when our friends get a chance to see the train they will be riding moving forward and the other 13 that will come behind, it is truly going to change the direction of that experience for those who ride the train. And I think that is what is so critically important here for all of us in government. We have to be in a position to make sure that we're making the lives better for those who truly are our bosses, commuters of NJ Transit, the citizens of New Jersey who demand nothing but the best. It is also both practical and symbolic that the car is wrapped in a special graphics related to America's 250th birthday. It's practical because it will serve as a reminder that it is a momentous and historic year in our country as it travels throughout Mercer, Burlington, and Camden counties. But it's also truly symbolic because it connects our past to our present. It reminds us that the story of our nation is still moving forward, and in New Jersey, it's been moving forward since the very beginning of our nation's founding. And in this honoring 250 years of our nation's history, while carrying people toward the future and toward greater opportunity, it is symbolic but also appropriate for us to look and see what these trains will do. Promises made, promises kept. This is step one of that journey, and when I'm proud to be in partnership with my friends from New Jersey Transit to be able to deliver on that. Lastly, I'll say before I take my seat, the operational control of this system is also equally important and should not go without being mentioned multiple times. For me personally, one of the challenges that we've had in the past is when my friends from Transit are like, I want to help you, but I gotta go deal with our vendor partner. And I'm not casting aspersions, but when you can cut out the middleman, as my friend Mike shared with me earlier, when you cut out the middleman, then the buck of accountability stops at that desk of NJ Transit. And I can tell you from the leaders who I've had the pleasure of working with, those I've known as friends and colleagues for 2 decades plus, it is clear to me accountability is not something that this organization is afraid of. And I think that's what's important. So I look forward to, while this is step one of our journey in operational control and first quarter of 2026 is step one, I look forward to that continued partnership as we move forward because it is critically important on behalf of the people who we all represent. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator. Before I introduce the chief, just a couple of extra points. With yesterday's announcement, this will be the 6th governor I would have worked for one way or the other. Governor Murphy led the modernization of New Jersey Transit, and I know for a fact Governor-elect Sherrill is not only focused on continuing the modernization, but bringing in the kind of innovation and coordination between transportation agencies that lack right now, that she wants to see happen. And I think great things are ahead for the agency and for the riders of the system, and I look forward to working with her and serving her and making sure her vision and mission are complete. I want to, before I introduce Chief, I have to say this about my friend Mike. Mike has been a 30-plus year employee of New Jersey Transit. He has, for the moment, said that he's leaving. It is a tough thing for me to take. And I'm going to say this to you publicly, Mike. You knew this was going to come. It means a lot to me that you spent your entire career serving, as the senator said, the residents of this state. You are an amazing human being. You are an incredibly dedicated servant. It is remarkable to me how much you have taught me in the last 11 months and how much of your skill and excellence you showed during the World Cup 2025. So while I do not believe in goodbyes, I will let you know that I'm going to miss you more than anyone in the organization. And I hope you know that your legacy is intact. And Greg, I know you and your team will carry on this incredible operation. But what we are committed to doing, as the senator said, is our commitment and our journey will never stop. But it is people like Mike who informed the journey that we started and the one that we'll complete with incredible focus on nothing but our customers. Also to Jignasa and Barbara Geary, who without them, the procurement would have never happened for these cars. That is a big deal. So with that, my good friend Chief Trusillo, we all salute and listen to him because he carries a gun. And more importantly, he is a man who is dedicated along with his entire law enforcement colleagues to make sure the constituents and riders of the system are safe. Chief.
Thank you, boss. Good morning, everyone. I'm really pleased to be here with Senator Singleton and Kris Kolluri and my fellow New Jersey Transit colleagues. You know, one thing that our CEO has always preached to us here at New Jersey Transit, the leadership, he's made it clear that safety and security must always be the #1 priority of everyone in leadership. And I want everyone to know that that's ours. And as we continue to transition to direct operation, as you heard the boss talk about, the police department, I want you to know, is going to be closely engaged in that process, because this modernization plays a direct role in safety and security. The upgrades that you're going to see today, including improved lighting, the refreshed interiors, the upgraded signage, the camera systems, they're all going to help improve and create a safe and secure environment for customers, most importantly, but for our employees and first responders as well. The vehicle rehabilitation and state of good repair work also supports safer operations by improving reliability. People don't have to wait when they know service is reliable. And by being able to move continuously, they're less vulnerable, and they, more importantly, feel less vulnerable. Education, we've learned, is an important component to safety also. The police department, our safety department, reach out to schools and teach children about safety around our right-of-ways, in our stations. From a policing standpoint, you've seen our officers in the background. I'm very proud of them. They take the commitment of keeping people safe in this great facility on the River Line very seriously, and I'm proud of their work. The coordination helps ensure consistent coverage and timely response when issues arise. We know the River Line presents challenges because of the breadth of the geography, but the thing that helps enhance that and overcome that are the good relationships we have with our other law enforcement partners all along the River Line. Good partnerships work both ways, and here at the New Jersey Transit PD, we're committed to those partnerships in all of the communities along the River Line. Our Office of Emergency Management every year works with our first responder partners. We conduct drills, and we include them in any training we have, we offer to them as well. The River Line is entering a new chapter, and the New Jersey Police Department is proud to support that progress and be a part of it, and we're committed to the safety and security of the customers who use the River Line and the people of Burlington County, to show them we're committed to their safety. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chief. So with that, Senator, come budget time, we'll bring our tithing bowl, not to serve the good Lord, but the good taxpayers of New Jersey, to make sure that we continue down this progress continuum, because this is an important mission we've started together, and I would love to make sure that we have your continued support. With that, I want to thank to Anthony and Carol and his team for giving literally us the voice, and the GR people and Paul for all the work they do with the senator and the mayor's constituents to make sure that they're responsive to them. I also want to recognize the Councilwoman Nikki, I can't, Pidiu? Pidiu. Councilwoman, thank you so much, and we really appreciate you being here. I hope you took the river line to come here. Okay, all right, very good. Thank you so much for being here. With that, we can take questions on topic. If not, we can go see the new car.
Emphasis, even better. Is this emphasis on new equipment, so to speak, that the major issues with the river line that were to cause cancellations or delays in the past, more so equipment-based than infrastructure-based?
Look, I mean, the fact that the equipment is 25 years old almost tells you that reliability is an issue based on mechanical problems. And what our commitment is to make sure we focus, one, on the mechanical issues in the equipment itself, and two, on making sure that we have the infrastructure improvements that need to happen, and third is making sure that we have the personnel to operate the vehicles. All those three add up to a really good, reliable system, which is what our commitment is, and today is a step one in making sure the equipment gets fixed, and that's what we're on the journey for. Okay. We'll go outside.